Hey guys, CinemaSick this here to once again give you a tour of the Cinematic Media Library. As I told you guys, I was building some new shelves, and once those shelves were complete, I would be giving a new tour. And well, the shelves are done, so let's take a look at them. As you can see, it's basically just shelves on top of shelves. You can clearly see how that works there. The shelves back here being the original ones I built, and the shelves up here being the new ones I built. The idea behind this is, yes, doubling up, and not necessarily in the way you might think. I don't plan on necessarily putting titles in front of titles so you can't see what's in the back, and I will show you exactly what I mean by starting off here with my VHS. This is the look I plan on going for with all my VHS and my DVDs. Is it the nicest look? Not necessarily. I would most certainly want to have all my movies just looking like this. That would be great, but I just don't have enough room. I have only this room to work with. Once this room is filled, I am completely finished. So by putting these shelves out here, I basically made an entire new room full of shelves, which is great. Gives me a lot of room. It'll probably be a few years until I finally fill these shelves up. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do. But for now, I think this actually works. And it does work out pretty well, I think, because you can still see the titles in the back. And then what I got to do is look down, and you can see the titles that are on their sides. I think it actually works out quite well. And they're all still separated the same way. All the A's are together, B's are together, C's are together. So they're still sort of alphabetized, which is great. So let's get down to the actual tour and see how everything's set up now, because I did definitely move some things around. As you can see, the shelves are in new places now. So we start up here with clamshell VHS tapes. They just come across and then across here. And then we get into my standard paper VHS cases. Again, these are all separated the same way, A's, B's, and C's all together. And they just come down and across this entire wall. All the way down into here, as you can see, all the way across there. And then once we actually get over into this area here, and we finish up there, they actually start back up here on their sides. And they come all the way down and across again, until we get over here, then we're finished up. So as you can see, I still have some space to work with until my VHS wall is filled up. And I actually like that as well. I like the fact that this is basically a VHS wall. I think that's pretty cool to have all my tapes in one area like that. Then we move on to my DVDs, and once again, all separated exactly the same way. A's are together, B's are together, C's are together, and so forth. They just come down and across this shelf here. And then on these shelves. And then over here and down this shelf. And then, of course, onto this side, just across and down. And then after this shelf, we come over onto my hand-built shelves. Same thing, just across and down. Then onto this wall. Again, across and down. Now I do have this little sliver over here. And then finally, the DVDs move on to this wall. And again, just across and down. And the DVDs come down here and finish up right here, actually. And then we go into my CD-DVD combos. And then back here, which you really can't see all that well, back in here, actually, my DVD-Rs. And this is the one kind of negative thing about the way the shelves are, is the fact that it is a little, hard to see some of the titles that go back into there, which is a shame. But as you can see, I've been trying to put like box sets in the corner there so you can easily read what is back there. So that's the way of kind of handling that, is just to put box sets back there. Then we move on to my more obscure format shelf, and we start off here with Betamax. And then we get into my Game Boy Advance videos. And then my Video 8 tapes. And then my one and only DIVX disc. Very happy to have that. And then into my VCDs, my video CDs. Then into UMDs. And then we finish up here with my PVDs. Then on this shelf, we start off with items that are just too large to fit on my normal shelves. Things like my Gone with the Wind Betamax and VHS set, my Wally and Monster Inc. Blu-ray sets, my Coffin Joe trilogy, Disney treasure sets. These tins are just too tall to fit on my regular shelves. So this is basically just where I store all that stuff. And then down here we come into my CEDs, my capacitance electronic discs. And I have quite a few of these. Very happy to have these. These are great just for collecting purposes. I love having these. They are also separated the same way. A's are together, B's are together, C's are together. Don't have any separating cards yet. I would like to get some eventually, but for now they are all still somewhat in alphabetical order. Then on this shelf we have the beginnings of my CD soundtrack collection. I have only recently started collecting these in the last year, so I don't have a ton yet. I'm still working on picking up a lot of these, but for now I got a pretty decent collection, I think. Then on to my pride and joys, my Laserdiscs. Love Laserdiscs. They're my all-time favorite format. I absolutely love collecting these. These are just great. And again, they are separated the same way. A's are together, B's are together, C's are together, and so on. Once again, I don't have any marker cards to mark off the A's and B's and C's yet, but I do plan on getting some eventually. But for now, they look great the way they are. And then on top of these shelves, we have my cinematic trivia games. This whole side here is actually all scenic games. There are a lot of these. All different types. Things like Seinfeld, Simpsons, Twilight Saga, all different kinds of stuff. They're great. They're really, really fun games. And then on the other side, we have just all my other random games. Things like Box Office, Wizard of Oz, Trivia, Disney Trivia, Trivial Pursuit games, Cheers. These are great. A lot of fun to play. Actually, I absolutely love collecting these and playing these. And now we come to my HD DVDs and Blu-rays. As you can see, they start off here with my HD DVDs. And we go into Blu-rays. And just like the other shelves, they just go across and down. And the reason why these are kind of backwards, as you can see, I've basically filled the shelf backwards, is because when people walk into my room, they were kind of coming into just a blank shelf here, because as you can see, the other side of this is completely open for more Blu-rays to fill up. So people were basically walking in and seeing an empty shelf. So I figured I'd fill it in backwards. That way when people come in, they just see my Blu-rays right away. And then we have my office, which is actually built into the closet. As you can see, all the shelves are built around it. I got my PC here. This is where I edit all my videos. It's where I'll be editing this video. Then I have my old tube TV, and it is a small TV, but two things. One, I can't really fit a big TV in here, and also, as I've said before, this isn't a theater. This is my library. This is where I store my movies. If I really want to watch a movie on a nice big TV, I'll either go into the bedroom or down to the family room and watch something on my nice big HD TV. But if for in here I did want something, I did want some TVs in here just so I can watch something if I'm working on a video or working on my website or something like that, so I can watch a movie. So again, I do have a standard tube TV in here. That's hooked up to an RF modulator. And I do have my HD TV, this here being a Vizio. I really do enjoy Vizio TVs. I've gone through so many TVs. I've bought Sonys and just all different types of brands of TVs. And every time I get home with them, I always end up returning them because I never like the picture quality. But every time I buy a Vizio, even though they're cheaper brands, I love the picture quality. So I always go with Vizio. They're just my brand of TV. I absolutely love them. Again, not a huge HD TV in here, but again, it's not a theater. This is a library. And these are really cool. Just picked these up the other week. They got those actually from Target. What they are little holders for plugs, and they're just supposed to sit on your table. You can put all kinds of plugs in them, and it just kind of separates them all. But I screwed them onto the wall, and they make for great holders. I got everything from my cord to my camera, my cord to my iPhone, HDMI, composite and component cables there. So they worked out really well. I just screwed them right into the wall, and they've been a blessing. I really enjoy them. And then up top, we have all my media players, and I just recently built some shelves for these as well. These are all my best players, even though I have other players hooked up around the house, things like Laserdisc players, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, HD, all different types of players hooked up to other TVs. I keep my best players in here. Why? I don't know. I just kind of like to show them off. This one here is my Betamax player, and we have my Laserdisc player. This is a dual-sided Laserdisc player. Love that. My CED player. This here being a region-free DVD player, my Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D player, HD DVD player. This here is a VHS and DVD combo, And up there in the corner, that is my VCD player. That actually is a dedicated VCD player. And then in these containers here, I actually have my Video 8 camera, because I do have a Video 8 VCR, but it is not currently working. But I do have a Video 8 camera that actually has playback. It can actually play back movies. So I do keep that in there, and if I want to watch any of my Video 8 tapes, I can just pop them in the camera and play it back through my TV, which is great. Then I got my Sony PSP, got all the cables, my composite, my component cables in there and whatnot. Same thing with my Game Boy Advance, that's in there. And my Video Nows, I have a few Video Nows. I have a traditional color, I have traditional black and white, and then I have a Video Now XP, so I keep all those in there as well. And then as usual, I will finish up this video by showing off some random things around the library. This here being my Star Trek The Motion Picture Laserdisc sleeve. And that is all this is, just a sleeve. There's no disc inside. Came across this at one of my local Goodwills. Unfortunately, even though I got really excited when I picked it up, there was no disc inside. So the lady at the counter was nice enough just to sell it to me for 10 cents. So I definitely had to pick it up just to add it to, just for some decoration. Then we have my Aladdin puzzle poster. Love this. I had a blast putting it together. I just love how it looks framed. It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time. Then we have my DVD video sign. Picked this up from a closing, I guess it was a closing Borders actually. They had it up on the wall. They had signs up that said everything was for sale, so I asked how much they wanted for it, and I got this for dirt cheap. They actually made me climb up on this huge ladder with a knife in my hand. It was really dangerous and pretty crazy. I can't believe they actually had me do that, but I climbed up there and popped this thing off the wall, and now I have it in my collection. Then we have my Spice World movie poster. This is great. I had wanted one of these in my collection for the longest time. I'm a huge, huge fan of this movie. I know that might sound weird, but I love this movie. It's so cheesy and so much fun, and I've just always wanted a poster. So I just recently picked this up, and I love having it in the collection. And then down here are a few random marquees like you would see in a theater showing what time the movies are playing. Got those from one of my viewers. I can't remember who sent that to me. I do apologize, but if you're watching, thank you very much. I have put them to use. They do look great down here. Then up here we have my Walmart exclusive Smurf set. Definitely want to keep it in the box. Not something I would normally buy, but I got this for dirt cheap. The movie was okay, but really want to keep it in the box just because it has this really interesting ornament and whatnot. And then on this side we actually have my Gundam Mobile Suit movie set. This comes with 3 of the movies. Very happy to have that. It's kind of large, doesn't really fit on any of my shelves, so I just put it up there for display. Then down here we have my VHS and my Betamax rewinders. You gotta have these. If you collect Betamax or VHS, these are definitely something you must have in your collection. And then finally we have some new decorations down here along the bottom. As you can see back there, there is a baseboard heater. And for that reason, I do not put movies on those shelves. But I didn't really know what to do with them. I didn't know if I should just put some kind of grating over it or something to decorate it. And then I realized I had all these toys in the basement, all these movie-related toys, so why not display them? I think they look pretty good down here. All kinds of different stuff. Disney things, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Got the Bride of Frankenstein. All different sorts of characters down here. And this gives me something else to maybe collect too. Now when I go off to, flea markets, pawn shops, yard sales, I can look around and possibly pick up a few more of these. So there you go, guys. That's a look at the new setup of the Cinematic Media Library. I know not everybody's going to be thrilled with the idea of me doubling up my movies. I know it's not the greatest look. It could be better, but as I said, I only have so much room to work with. Once this room is filled up, I am completely out of room. I do not know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to have to just get really creative, and I think this works. Again, not the best idea, but it does work for the room I have, and I like it this way. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And I guess stay tuned the next time I move stuff around. See ya.